Multiplying and dividing real numbers. Multiplying and dividing real numbers. Multiplying and dividing real numbers. The rule says that same signs, positive, different signs, negative. That means that if I was to have, for example, a negative 3 times a negative 3, those two are same signs. What will be my answer? 9. But what if they have different signs? Like, for example, minus 3 times 3. What will be my answer? Negative 9. Because different signs, negative. Okay? Now, I will give you a hint. This is very important. When you multiply or divide an even amount of negative numbers, your answer will be positive. When you multiply an odd amount of negative numbers, your answer is negative. Okay, for example, if I multiply a minus 2 times a minus 3 times a 7 times a negative 5 times a negative 2, I will ask you, how many negative numbers do we have? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are 4 negative numbers. So my answer will be positive. But what if my multiplication is minus 3 times minus 2 times minus 7 times minus 5 times minus 2? How many negative numbers do you have multiplying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it's 5. My answer will be negative, because an odd amount of negative numbers multiplying or dividing will give me a negative answer. Let me write an example to understand this. If I was to have a negative 2 raised to the power of 4, there's a big difference between these two. Let's see why. In this case, I am raising the minus 2 to the 4th power, the 2 to the 4th power, not the minus. So my answer has to be negative. And how much is 2 to the 4th? Well, it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 4 times. So 2 times 2 is 4 times 2, 8 times 2, 16. My answer will be negative 16. This is so different from minus 2 to the 4th power, because the minus 2 is being included in the 4th power. So I'm going to say minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2. That will make an even amount of negative numbers being multiplied. So I know that my answer will be positive. 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8 times 2, 16. So once again, the difference between these two is that in this one, I'm only raising the power to the 2, not to the minus. And in this one, it's to the minus and the 2. Let me have one more example. I can also say that if I have minus 2 to the 5th power, my answer will be positive or negative? Good, it will be negative. Why? Because we have an odd exponent multiplying a negative number. My answer will be negative 32. Evaluating. If I want to evaluate, remember that we saw the last time that to evaluate, we need to substitute with parentheses. Let's write a problem. If I happen to have a minus x into minus 4 plus a 2y into z. And I know the following. I know that x is equal to minus 20. And I know that y is equal to 6. And I know that z is equal to minus 1. Let's put this in a square. Okay, let's substitute with parentheses. So here we go. X is a minus 20. Minus 4 plus 2. Y is 6. We put it in parentheses. Z is minus 1. First of all, how many negatives do I have here? 3. So 20 into 4, it's a negative 5. Plus 2 times 6, 12 into 1, negative 1. The first thing that PEMDAS tells me is that first I need to divide. So how much is 12 into negative 1? Negative 12. So I'm going to put here negative 12. The addition of both is minus 17. That's my answer. Problem number 2. Evaluating. I have M, N, and P. I know that M is equal to minus 4. N is equal to 3. P is equal to minus 1. Now, let me substitute, and I will do it with parentheses. Let's see. M is minus 4. N is 3. And P is minus 1. So let's see. I have, how many negatives do I have here? Multiplying. 3. My answer will be negative. Negative 4 times 3, 12. And 1, 12. Negative 12. Okay, problem number 3 and the last one. We have 4p squared plus 7q to the third power. I know that p is equal to minus 3, and I know that q is equal to minus 2. So let me substitute. I have a 4 multiplying minus 3. And I have a 7. A q is a minus 2 to the third power. PEMDAS says that I must first raise up my power, my 3 to the second power. So this will be 4 times 9 plus 7 minus 2 to the third power is a minus 8. Remember that an odd amount of negative numbers will give me a minus 8. So the answer here is 36 minus 56. So I'm going to subtract, and I get as an answer minus 20.